Yeah, guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, this is Kofi Zulu Podcast and Media Hub. We just introduced the new channel that is Pulse and Perspective with Kofi Zulu. So most of the issues around politics, social programs will be channeled to the Pulse and Perspective with Kofi Zulu. Then finance and money, all those ones will still be recorded and uploaded on the Kofi Zulu Podcast and Media Hub. I'm here with my old friend.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah, so today we are putting Nigeria on the spotlight. And what are we talking about? We are talking about how Nigeria is being managed over the past few years. It is with no doubt that the Jagaban is in charge, the one and only Ahmed Tinubu. In fact, I don't know if I'm calling the name right.
Yeah, you got it right. Just like in Nigeria.
As young guys, we think that it's high time we start assessing and having conversations around leadership, around how governments manage the resources that we entrusted into their hands. Idea of this thing where a lot of very intelligent, brilliant ones, of course, say, Charlie, I'm not interested in politics. It's a little bit a bother for me. To you, I don't know. But my first question to you, as a Nigerian, do you think that the Jagaban is doing well so far, and then Nigerians should give him another chance?
It's a big question. Mm-hmm. It's a really, really big question because as a concerned Nigerian, first of all, it's I'm not a fan of the current political party, and I'm not a fan of our current president. But most of all, I'm very, very much interested in seeing a better Nigeria. And even though I'm not, I was never a supporter of his before he won the election, and I'm still not. But when he won the election, I really, really hope that I would be wrong in what I feared might happen.
Okay.
So to me, is doing way worse than we had during the election. We had there were three main choice to choose from. It was our current president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, former vice president Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi.
Okay, the obedience squad.
Yeah.
Okay. So among these three political individuals, your candidate didn't win.
No.
Okay, but however, the people decided, and Jagaban is in charge.
Yeah.
Now, in every country, in my perspective, I think for a government to go another 10, that government needs to be scrutinized. In fact, we have to be sure that this government, the things they promise, they're actually doing it. So I want to ask you, as a Nigerian, are you satisfied with how your president has been managing the economy of Nigeria in terms of education, health, security, and the economy in general?
To start with security, which is one of the major things, as the president of a country, what you're entrusted with is protection of lives and property. If the aspect of security collapses in a country, everything else collapses alongside.
Wow.
Because how do you secure the lives of those that drive the micro economy, the farmers, the day-to-day traders, and even the security agents themselves? They are not safe. And for security, everyone knows it. With the Twitter intervention of Trump, the coming in of America to save the Nigerian Christians. And it's really, really poor for a country the size of Nigeria.
So for security,
it's way below par.
So from A to D, where will you put the performance of the Jagaban?
A to D. I was thinking you say A to F.
I want to be.
This is being generous.
I want to be polite, so they don't report my account. The Jagaban. So okay, let's say A to F. Where will you put?
I'll give him a strong F.
Strong F. That's a F.
Because I saw on I saw the review of one of our military personnel that are
Okay.
fighting the insurgents and the terrorists in the north, and the soldier was talking about their experiences, and then he mentioned, because one of the things that drives us as human is reward for the things that we do,
Exactly.
even if we are doing it from the bottom of our
For
hearts,
us.
patriotic
Yeah.
as a patriot. We still have to take care of each other financially. The Nigerian soldier, I think the lowest earns about 120,000 monthly.
So you mean that the wages of
Oh
soldiers
my
in
God,
Nigeria
it's really poor.
is very poor.
Really, really poor. And when your security agents are not well taken care of, that is when you have the issue of bribery. And these are people entrusted with arms,
Yeah.
with guns, and that is
So,
why
so
we
some of
have
them might even end up becoming kidnappers.
a lot, because there is no way you travel by road in Nigeria. We're traveling from one state, let's say from Lagos to Ibadan, in that's the capital of your state.
Okay.
You would meet not less than 10 checkpoints before you get there.
10 checkpoints.
Yeah, not less than 10.
Wow.
And there is a way. I remember when I was still schooling in Ogun State, whenever we're traveling, when we get to a certain section of the express, the driver tells us, keep your phone, don't press your phone in the car, and when the security agents stop you, don't look them in the eyes.
Wow.
Yeah. So myself, I've been stopped and patted down.
Wow.
Yeah, couple of times I've been stopped and patted down. I was asked for the receipts of my computer.
Receipt of your computer.
Yes.
As a Nigerian.
Yes.
Probably they suspect you to be a Yahoo boy.
I'm not even that brave.
Wow.
And this all boils down to how much the police are even earning less. The police that are in contact with the Nigerian every
Every
day
day.
are earning lesser than that. Their
So
barracks are poor.
is it you know, sometimes when we talk of wages, we are talking of the government putting things in place to make these people comfortable. But
Yep.
I think that, to be fair, we can't blame the current leadership for all this.
Well,
It means
that
it
is
has been
partially
a
true.
chronological
Yes.
system. So
That is partially
let's
true.
let's make it clear that we can't blame the current administration for totally being responsible for the poor wages of what security personnel.
Yeah, we can't blame them for what has happened in the past. We can only talk about when they started, where they are, and what they have planned going forward.
Going forward.
But I read of late that this current administration is the first one in a long time that would increase the salary of our military personnel to that 120,000.
At
So
least.
they were any now conversion of that to euros.
No, don't do that. So at least the Jagaban has done something.
The minimum wage in Nigeria is they are barely any more than the minimum wage in Nigeria. That is the military personnel.
Okay.
Now that is just on security. We are not talking about education. We are not talking about health.
No,
We are not talking about food
we'll
security.
take it. Let's take it one after the other.
Yeah, because if you take away security from the middle of that, every other sector would suffer.
So if I get your point clearly, it also means that poor wages also led to these issues concerning
yeah.
about kidnapping
Greatly.
and stuff. And there was a time ago, there was a news about how the past government, I think you gave me head up on that the past government actually reinstated some individuals who were captured as
Yeah.
So can you enlighten us on that? What actually happened?
Not only the past government, the current administration is also making. I've been seeing news. I still saw yesterday one of our top military personnel was talking about the reincorporation of rehabilitated terrorists back into the society.
How could our leaders do some of these things? I
Because
don't know.
according to him, despite what they've done, they are still Nigerians.
But why can't they find other professions?
I really do not understand, because now the how someone that has caused harms to Nigerians, to the Nigerian economy, and this has economic impact, security, and all those things, not just kidnapping people, but killing them, kidnapping school children,
women,
and
doctors.
countless of
There was an
countless of
issue
them
in
like that.
Edo State also, where two doctors who are brothers, senior and junior, was kidnapped, and I read the elderly one was killed,
Oh,
and then they
yeah.
returned the junior one. But
Yeah.
this is too much.
It is like that all over Nigeria, and day by day it spreads. Before it was majorly in the north,
Okay.
and then it's moving to the north central now, the southwest, and the south, the southeast are having their own as well, and it's just really poor. And besides the financial compensation of the Nigerian security agencies, it's also the that of equipment for them to
Equipment.
fight, because before you are able to fight terrorism and all this, like,
You
have
need
to be
heavy
well
artillery.
equipped. Yeah, you have to be well equipped.
So we want to also say that the terrorists have much modern
Oh my.
artillery than the Nigerian army. Is that
Well,
what you mean? Because
I wouldn't
I
say
argued
more.
with one guy some time ago. He said, Charlie, when it comes to Africa, Nigeria had one of the strongest army.
Yes.
And to say a country has one of the strongest army, we are not only talking about human resources.
Yes.
We are also talking about artillery.
Yeah, no, I would not say the terrorists are well better equipped. I would say that it's a matter of when you are trying to fight something, and you know your might, you know how much you can do, but you are being held back.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that is the situation with the Nigeria. But also because these terrorists, they are very bold. Before, when it was just Boko Haram, they wrap their head, you don't see their face, and they only speak in their language. But now they've become more bold. They live stream sometimes. They write
Live stream?
Yes, they
Facebook?
write TikTok, and they're on social media. They write to the local police. We are coming so day.
They give them advance
knowledge. They notify the community. They notify the police in the community, and they go. There was a situation in the north, not too far ago, where they killed a police official. And the war is when they called for negotiation, because now they come for negotiations. The war is uniform with his name still printed on. I mean, the kind of boldness you have to have in a country like that, it says a lot.
It's
It
beyond,
says a lot.
yeah.
He killed a policeman. I think he was a deputy police officer, and the war is uniform to come and negotiate. Negotiating, demanding. It's really,
is it that sometimes it's difficult to go around this thing? Is it that the president has been compromised, or is he tribal? Is it that Bola Tinubu is a Northerners, and those people who are doing these things are Northerners? Is he tribal?
I would
or
not
is he
say
religious?
I would not say it's a matter of being tribalistic or religion. Yeah, I would not say it's a matter of being religious. I would say, in my opinion, there are too many people involved that should not be involved. And there are too many people probably that need to be satisfied, that have a stake in how the country is being run. And it can be quite complicated sometimes, things that humans are involved in. It can be quite complicated.
On this note, Jagaban got F.
It's
an
an
F.
F.
Okay.
We
So
can
now
do better.
let's look at education. Do you think that the current government have done at least something well in terms of education?
For education, I would say uh, E,
E.
or no, let me say D.
D. Okay.
Because of my first degree was in Nigeria.
Okay.
My 100 level, I had to do my birthday twice in a school calendar year because of strike.
Okay.
And strike in the Nigeria educational system in when it comes to ASU, Academic Students Union, or Academic Union of University, the body for lecturers in of Nigeria. Its strike is not it's well too known. My brother has his fair share of his I went through mine, and but of recent, this current administration has actually done quite commendably, because there were some agreements signed with the ASU body
Okay.
that were not satisfied
Okay.
with past administrations.
Okay.
And I learned that has been settled, so there is no issue of strike, because ASU strike can go. The last one was for 8 months.
Wow. So for education, I
That's
think there's been some improvements.
it's getting better.
Okay. So now let's look at so we've spoken about security.
Yeah.
We've spoken about education. What of the economy?
Oh, the economy. Let's take it from the point where because now this current administration, no, not this current administration,
Okay.
the political party, the ruling party,
Yeah.
started with the former president, now late Muhammadu Buhari.
Okay.
When he took over from Goodluck Jonathan,
Yeah.
I think the dollar was around 500, 600 thereabouts.
No, but I hardly understand how.
Don't try to understand Nigeria. It will give you a dick. So myself,
you are the second person.
Don't try to
Anytime
understand.
I meet you guys and I say, how is this? Say, my brother, don't try to understand.
Because-
You get it. I want us to just look at the political environment of Nigeria. Now, you mentioned that there were 3 political parties, which is
the APC.
the APC.
Well, there are 2 major ones, and then there are others.
Okay, so the APC
and the PDP.
and PDP. And then Obedience was part of
The Peter Obi party was
Labour Party. Now, so I have a view that it will be very difficult for Peter Obi, with all his credentials, it will be very difficult for him to become president. What is your view?
I agree. Because as optimistic as I can allow myself to be, it would be unfair even on myself to make some ridiculous claim, because pushing the ruling party out and replacing them is not something that is going to be very easy, because the majority of House of Representatives, the National Assembly as a whole, is the ruling party.
Yeah.
And currently we are preparing for the next election, which is next year. And how it's Africa, it's Nigeria, and they are already in the process of securing that election.
Exactly.
Or they are already in the process making the rules that would favor them and things like that. Because ultimately they really do not care about what the regular Nigerians want, because their own political interest always trumps the national interest, in my own opinion.
Yeah, that has always been
Exactly, and it further ruins it, because one of the things in place that we are currently agitating for is the political reform, the electoral reform.
Electoral reform.
That let's move from manual transmission of electoral results to electronic transmission of results. And last week, the presidency has signed the Electoral Act.
Okay.
Despite the protest of Nigerians at the National Assembly, despite the protest, they've signed the Electoral Act, retaining the manual transmission of electoral results.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
the last election was 2026.
2026.
Was 2023.
2023. Before 2023. Oh. Okay, 2023. I had a lot of admiration for the man because of the things I read about him when he was a governor. Now, let me tell the people of the obedience. You see, a lot of them are online. A lot of people support Peter Obi, no doubt. But you see,
myself included.
Yourself included.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, but this is the truth. You see, Peter Obi, one, does not have the structure. Does not have the structure to win an election in Nigeria. That is one. Somebody will ask, when you say he doesn't have a structure, what does it mean? Because I've seen some people making such comments. Look, democracy or election started since the Roman Empire. And if you have watched movies like Game of Thrones, you need structure.
Yeah.
That is one aspect of it. Why Peter Obi needs structure. Two, elections are processes. So even the electoral commissioner has to put in structure and system to make sure the votes people are voting, the real votes are being counted.
Exactly.
So you as a political party, you also need a structure. It's three. You see, the reason why Peter Obi needs structure is that why do people who are already millionaires, people who have done everything in life, they have everything, they have private jets and stuff, like the Jagaban, but still wants to become president?
Power.
They need the structure of governance to accumulate more.
Yeah, and it is not enough being a rich person. It is not enough.
So if care is not taken, Peter Obi is going to be that man with the idea stuck in the youth, but will never become president of Nigeria.
There is I completely agree with you, because there is this thing with humans. You have to be able to sell. You have to be able to sell yourself.
Exactly.
Because it is like marketing, making people buy the things that they don't think they need.
Thank you.
Convincing people like this is what you need, this is what you want, putting in strategies, because it's emotionally driven.
Yeah.
The reason why some people vote in the current political party, it's tribalism, the sense of belonging.
Yeah.
Because it gives them the sense of belonging, like, it's for my tribe, it's my person,
Exactly.
blah, 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 or we are of the same religious understanding, things like that, and forming a sense of community around them.
Yeah.
And it is not enough being passionate and having good ideas for the community. A lot of people have good ideas.
Correct. So here, this is another point I also want to add to what you are saying. Peter Obi need to have a kind of momentum of ideas preached to the youth to the extent that even people who belong to the opposition want to join him. Until he's able to demonstrate that you can be. Now, if you look at somebody like Martin Luther, he was that person who preaches ideas.
Yeah.
So Peter Obi is not able to preach an idea, a particular idea, to the youth of Nigeria. People are only supporting Peter Obi because of his past experience. But he's yet to tell Nigerians that, look, if I become president, this and this and this will be done in favor of you, the youth. You understand? Because I always look at the youth have majority in every country.
Yeah.
countries that you do not have majority, those countries are countries that probably the next generation will be wiped out.
The aging society.
Exactly. Look at somebody like Martin Luther. He preached a message. He said, one day, there will be a black president. I might not be here to that day, but yes, it happened.
Yeah.
Now, look at the president of our first president, President Nkrumah. He said there would be African unity. You understand? Until we do that, African will never progress. And if you see from the coups and stuff that have happened, these messages are Peter Obi needs a momentum. He needs an idea, preach to the Nigerian youth, so that people like you can say, "Look, I'm flying back home to go and vote."
I absolutely agree.
Until he's able to get that,
I think
his past experiences are past. Work on his legacy, but for him to become president of Nigeria, I think the momentum is not up there. I know a lot of people will disagree with me, though.
He needs to rip a page out of the book of the current political party when they make the move to edge out Goodluck Jonathan there.
Yeah.
Because the reason why a lot of people voted for Buhari was not because Buhari was the savior or the saint. It was because of we were tired of Jonathan and the things his predecessor did, Umar Yaradua, because of recent, Yaradua is still the best president we had.
Yaradua.
Yeah.
Okay.
But unfortunately, he died while in tenure. Yeah, unfortunately, because he was, even while as the former governor of Katsina State, he was always sick and things like that. But if you are doing something right, even the ordinary person in the streets would feel it.
Exactly.
It's just like if your economy is growing, you do not need Statista to show you the
Not at
numbers.
all. The ordinary people will see it.
You feel
Just
it
like
on
it's
the
happening in
streets.
Ghana today. You understand? There should be evidence, and no radio station should be talking about it. It's the people themselves.
Exactly.
People go on social media and say, "Look, prices for the past 8 years of this particular product was this, but now it has been reduced." That tells you that people are enjoying. So until Peter Obi is able to come out with that momentum, without ideology, that look, Nigeria must change, and this is the direction I want to take Nigeria to, and that. The opposition people who don't like him before, that will buy into his idea. I'm not sure he'll be able to make it.
Yeah, the with Obi, it's going to be quite hard. I would not be surprised if he loses the next election.
Yeah.
The last election, because all the powerful people are on the side of the ruling party.
You see, and Nigeria, one thing to have realized about your politics that is very bad is that people defect very, very easily.
Well, it's
even Peter Obi himself.
It's his personal interest driven.
It's always the money.
That is just it.
I did a video and I said if money cannot solve the problem,
more money will solve it.
More money. I was saying that the cost will have to come in, and Nigeria told me no. If money cannot solve the problem, more money have to come and solve.
In my language, in Yoruba, there is an adage that said, "In kotowo ba sheti ile longbe." It means what money cannot do would rather die on the ground.
Charlie.
So there is hardly the only thing the money cannot do is raise the dead.
That's all. Even that one, people are trying. I'll tell you. But I see. I sometimes say, for me, as somebody who believes in numbers, I think Nigeria has the numbers.
Oh yeah.
So what Nigeria is missing is leadership. But the truth is that the Nigerian, the ordinary Nigerian, does not enjoy the national cake. You have billionaires in Nigeria.
I think it's because looking towards the next election now, there is the place of educating people, even though the majority of our population are young people. We have a very large number of young people. And you would think that should a country like that should be on the rise.
Yeah.
But that is not the case. A large number of Nigerians need to understand what it means being involved in politics, and looking past the
Tribe.
the heartache of now, the tribe, the religion, and the personal interest of now.
Yeah.
Because the when it comes to social media space, there are a lot of people that make noises.
I
But
tell
when it
you,
comes to the time of election, you
they
don't
are
see
not there.
them. I've been privileged in the general election, that the second tenure of Buhari,
Okay.
I was serving. I was having my national youth service
Okay.
program then. So I was part of the presiding officers.
Okay.
The what I noticed was a large number of the registered people, of the voters. Not many of them were young. Majority of them were old people, were aging people that some of them would not see out the next 4 years. Then I'm sure majority of them are dead now.
Dead now.
Old people coming out, staying on the queue, staying till the end of the votes and things like that. And the young people are called aside. The ones that turn out are called aside, settled, and then they are told which party to vote for. So a large number of Nigerians need to understand what it means when it comes to election. You are making a decision on your life, on the life of the person beside you, your family, your unborn children, the generations to come. And a lot of them don't understand what it means, what election. They just think, for in the mind of some, it is a time to make money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing.
It is a time to make money, and they tell you when the party agents come that we want you to vote for the so party, and then what they would ask is, okay, what do you have for me? That is the common language. What do you have for me?
It is common, even in Ghana. Even in Ghana.
It is really,
No.
really
Even
heartbreaking.
in Ghana, you need to do some investment.
And it's now,
Until the youth come to the agreement that look, this candidate is the best candidate,
yeah.
and then we all run behind this candidate to save the country, Nigeria will never see good governance, because the monetocracy of politics in Nigeria, even in Africa. I think Ghana, but now Ghana, I think that when you pump money, people see too much money, the society itself try to stand against you.
Yes, and also in a society where poverty prevails, things like this drive people.
Yeah.
When you're in discomfort, your most pressing issue is your biggest problem is what you want to solve first. Someone that barely makes 2 food daily, that barely have 3 food daily, when they are called, when they see someone flashing couple of nairas in their eyes, and whatever you want them to do is what they are going to do.
Yeah.
And that is often, I do not expect, although I hope, but I would not be surprised if the next election things remain the same.
Yeah, that's sad. I think one of the reasons why people also think that Peter Obi will not make the presidency is they said when he stands as a vice, they will not vote for him. They want him to stand as a president. I think it's also a problematics.
Yes.
What's your view on that?
I think if he's going to run, he should run as a president. That is, but is also you can't. The Nigerian political system is the way it is. It is very, very hard to change, and change is something that is very systematic. It is slowly. Now Peter Obi he represents Christian from the southeastern part of Nigeria.
Okay.
Now the southeastern part of Nigeria, they've been agitating for more inclusiveness in the political system.
Okay.
So it's like the current political party is doing now. Although it's a Muslim ticket,
Yeah.
the president and the vice president, but it's from the south, it's from the southwest and the north. the president from the southwest, the vice from the north.
Okay.
Now, someone like Peter Obi, in my own opinion, in running for presidency, you need someone that the north likes.
So
And
so
the
it
person
means
cannot be Atiku.
exactly. So it means that geographically too is not in favor of Peter Obi.
No.
I keep on telling people politics
Because
is beyond just people on social media. You have to look at
play. You have to get
it's a
involved.
game. That is what people don't understand. It's a game that you have to win. And how do you win? You have to think of something. I always see life as a game. You win until you cheat the system.
Yeah.
You understand? So how do you cheat the system? It depends how you look at it, whether the positive or negative way. He needs to get on the ground. He needs to tell Nigerians that, look, the youth, I'm here to put my life on the course. If I don't make it, somebody else will. But he himself he's not ready for that.
I think the party that is running on that is also something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Defecting is not something that should that I think would favor him right now. But we cannot undermine the position of religion in Nigeria. Our people are deeply religious, even though they are very ungodly. Very religious, but very ungodly.
Very religious, but very ungodly.
But that's what is conversation for another time.
It's sad. Yes, it's sad. It's a big statement, bro. Very religious.
Very, very. Now, you have to get on that because this is the time the big political people get in the churches, get involved with the big congregation, the big pastors, moving from one to another.
And they are not going there empty-handed.
Is Muslim. The wife is a deacon in one of the big churches in Nigeria. And you know now.
He doesn't go there empty-handed.
And the wife is a senator. You can't go there empty-handed.
And the pastors, they take this way, tell you.
And there is a lot of hypocrisy in Nigeria, and you have to use those hypocrisy to your advantage. See, I do not believe in I do not believe being calm with privilege.
Okay.
Now, if you are privileged, there is a reason why you are privileged, and the reason is for you to use your privilege. How you use it is what matters.
Yeah.
Now, if you are privileged to have access to a large congregation, you are privileged because for Peter Obi, he has the privilege of being a Christian from the southeast. You can press on that. Now, one of the positives for Peter Obi is that in the last election, he won in Lagos.
Okay.
The main seat of the Jagaban himself.
He won in Peter Obi won there.
Yeah, he won in Lagos. He won in the president's own local polling units. He won in Abuja.
Wow.
The center of power.
Wow.
Yeah, and he won some major places. I cannot speak for the vote of the southeast, but the vote of the southeast does not make much. It is important, but it does not make much. Now you need a large vote from the north. A very large vote from the north.
That's the powerhouse of the Jagaban.
You know what they say in Game of Thrones? The north remembers.
The north, Charlie. So it's always the north. It's always the north. Don't try.
Because in the north, things are not the way they are in the southwest. They are not regular the way they are in the southwest. Whereby in the north, you need to be 18 years old for you to vote in Nigeria. But in the north, you find a 10-year-old, a 13-year-old having PVC. Having PVC because now there is the number favors the north.
Yeah.
A family a man and his family could have 2-3 wives. Now all of them, imagine at least having 2 children. Now a lot of them would have their own votes and they would all be on the queue. The average northerner is very, very involved in their political system. Now, the opposite is in the southwest and southeast and south even, because if you are playing a game with someone that does not follow the rules, you need to also be ruthless in how you play that game.
That is where
you need to be ruthless.
The obedience people, are you listening? You see,
you need to be ruthless.
Jagaban is not ready to play by the rules.
I understand trying to do things by the book, but you can't be complacent. You cannot. You just can't. When it comes to on the election day, people come, they cast their vote, and they go back home. Now, these other people usually there are people that are literate.
Yeah.
There are people that have something important doing with their time and things like that. I'm busy. But you have to leave that day. You have to clear your schedule. The change that you want, you have to be involved, and you have to take a major part in the kind of change that you want. If you don't know what you want, people will hand over anything to you.
Look at the situation where I think you went to the Benin, the one state recently, and then Peter Obi was attacked.
Oh yeah,
and then this man Ike or that man, he said his district is state. Peter Obi should not even think of coming because if that people have missed, they don't miss.
Yeah.
But when you have a country of individuals with so much vociferous of power, and you just want to think they'll play by the rules?
In a proper society, someone like that should be arrested and questioned.
Yeah.
But it's Nigeria. You understand what it is. Every Nigerian is their own government. You provide your own basic amenities. You provide your own security. Now, that is Peter Obi that it is... Now... It is very, very glaring that the rule makers, the big boys in the political sphere do not want him and they do not like him. Yeah. What he has is Nigerians, everyday Nigerians, taking a stand for what they want. And part of it was agitating for the electoral thing that we're asking for.
The transmission of votes.
Yeah.
Electronically.
The electronic transmission of results.
What if the network doesn't work? What happens?
Now, that is one of the arguments the supporters of the current party are making, that the network problem, blah, blah, blah.
God, they can shut it off. Shut it down. You know these governments, they can shut it down.
But there is an instance of when you do not have network on your phone and you try to send a WhatsApp message, the message would go. It might not get delivered, but it's sent and it's there.
Yeah, encrypted.
When it gets delivered,
Internet.
the time is shown. The message was saying when you try to call someone, the call might not go through, but when the person gets the network, you see that this person called you, and the time of the message cannot be altered anymore. That is what we are talking about. We understand there is there is network issue in Nigeria. The network system, it's really, really poor.
Okay.
If you are getting 20 megabytes per second, you are lucky.
Wow.
And that is how poor it is. But it is still not a reason not to implement the
new law.
Exactly, because the manual transmission of results, there is often too many inferences. I mentioned earlier that I was a presiding officer twice. First for gubernatorial election in Osun State, and the following year for the general election in Osun State. So I was presiding officer twice. And the general election, I was the presiding officer over 2 polling units, although it was in the same place, but 2 polling units. And there were a lot of challenges. For the gubernatorial election, when we got done and we were to transport the materials, the ballot paper, the ballot box, all the things we used, and the card reader to our center. There was security issues when we got to the place, because I have to submit to my superior and note everything down. And then we had some people are coming with matches, blah blah blah.
So they kidnap. They also snatch boxes. They also snatch boxes in Nigeria. Charlie,
You know, the issue of snatching boxes has always been recurrent in Nigeria. In that system, during the general election, then which I was presiding officer, a lot of core members were arrested. And questioned because because of what they did with the results. Because everything is written by hand.
So definitely it could be changed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and there was one that happened. One of the party agents. It was the general election, and the presidential was done. So it remained the Senate and all. So there were no much turnout anymore. And one of the party agents called me like, he said it jokingly because they were security agents. Jokingly like, let me settle you and let me cast the vote on the remaining paper and then everyone can leave. Because now that was an area which I do not understand the in and out of the area. So I have to be careful in how I relate with them. I do not know the kind of things that he has on them.
Ike can happen to you. There's a colleague of mine.
Lagos boy, what do I know?
Colleague of mine said during that particular election that Jagaban won, he said Ike called someone and said, "Look, if you don't know and you declare that result, you will not leave that state." I don't know how true is that.
Yeah. That man, him and his voice. If you don't do this, that is how he talks. I barely hear what he says sometimes. And to cut out the interference, the unjust interference of the results is what Nigerians are agitating for the electoral reform. But the current government have decided, no, nothing is changing. We are keeping it the way it is. And that caused a lot of problem in the last election. Yeah. Because there were the issue of rerun in some places. So different. To save us the financial stress, the physical stress, the election in Nigeria is really, really stressful. And this is you counting. When would you we are not even asking for
and Nigeria is a big
digital country. Voting. Nigeria is a big country, yes, but now look at India is the most populous country in the world, 1.2 billion thereabouts, but about 900 million are registered voters. They do electronic voting in India. Nigeria is only about 200 million.
200 million. Charlie, 200 million is no easy.
It is not, but it is not that we do not have the capacity to do this. We have just 36 states. And
so Nigeria has 36 states.
36 states.
We are also learning, so...
Yeah, 36 states and 8,009 wards and 176,000 polling units across the 36 states.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
So
doing things manually.
It is too much. It is stressful, and this is electoral process that starts by 8 o'clock. You get to your polling unit, you set up your thing. Before you get to the polling unit, there are usually many issues like transportation issues, security issues. These are the things I faced myself. Transportation, sometimes there are no buses that will move you to your polling unit. Voters are already waiting for you. You get to your polling unit, you're already tired. Sometimes the card reader is not even working properly because you have to read their cards.
Make sure
exactly
whoever is coming to vote is original person.
And what the electoral process would make it easy for both Nigerians and the government and INEC itself, the body that handles the election.
So why do you think the incumbent government is refusing? Because they know it will go against them, probably. Well, because they are in charge. If you are in charge of the system, it's easy for you to manipulate.
You make it to what you want it to be.
Yes. So when people are online and they are saying, look, these are the things that will make it very difficult for the ideal person that everyone thought if he becomes president, things will be better. These are problems. I think it's high time the obedient people online, they should look at the problems and find a way to solve it. Because now we are talking of structure.
Yeah.
Peter Obi does not have the structure. We are talking of geographically, it's not in favor.
It's still not in his favor. A lot of things are not in his favor. To be fair, the only thing that we have is Nigerians.
Yeah.
Like, look at, because one of the things we also have to do is hold the president accountable for what he had promised.
Exactly.
When he got into office, he promised that if there is no stable electricity in Nigeria in 4 years, we should not vote for him the second time.
You know, that one they'll tell you it's a political statement. We call it propaganda. In Ghana, that's how we call it. Call it political statement. Propaganda is to win the vote and then work on it.
Yeah.
So they'll tell you, okay, they said that, but these are the challenges.
We need to hold them accountable for what they've promised.
Yeah.
Not even now. If you've promised me something, you have 4 years. If it's only electricity this administration has fixed, there is no reason why the incumbent party should have to go through much stress in campaigning.
Yeah.
All you just have to do is point out the things that you've done in 4 years.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
The stress should be on the party that is trying to unseat you.
Yeah.
And it's, oh my God.
So,
it gets me.
No, but I think that it's important the youth, I and you will start talking about things.
It is, yeah.
Because you see, there could be potential. Peter Obi has all the potentials. But, you know, I personally think that there are a lot of people online who support the man based on his past experience, based on the fact that they think he is not somebody who will come and, you know, chop more. You know, he's not interested in too much making money. But I think that
This is
politics
sound.
is a game.
It is.
You must play it as it is, because the other party is not ready to play according to the laws.
What I would also say is, you know, the other day we talked about the angel that you know. And the devil you don't know, and things like that. Or how did they even put the word?
He said that the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know.
But I do not buy into that, because you already see how this supposed angel is treating you. We should people cry for change, but they are too reluctant to get involved in the kind of change that they want.
Yeah.
And they expect that change to be easy, smooth, and it should cuddle you in. But it does not happen like that.
No change is easy. Look at Donald Trump's second coming. In fact, there was an assassination attempt on his life.
The bullet that brushed past his
Yes,
ear.
some people are suggesting that it was a planting.
I saw the news. I saw the story.
And because I think that if you look at Donald Trump, to attempt to kill him and he becoming president, he will make sure. This is the man who he will make sure he find that person.
I'm not a fan, but I admire his drive.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of, but I admire his drive. Is if when he says he's going to do something, he's going to do that thing.
Yeah, but
he's going to say it. Everyone is going to laugh, and that is how they all laugh until the things happen.
Yeah. So it's like we have to accept that, you know, to become a leader of a country is no joke. Because
it's
even
hard.
Peter Obi will need resources.
He's going to feel it.
And you see, the way Nigeria is being ruled now by Jagaban, I'm sure if a businessman should come out and say, I'm supporting Peter Obi, that your business will collapse.
It would affect.
Well, I think the same thing happened in Ghana before this, you know. So for me, I think that...
But it would definitely affect, but it is also... What do you want? People are more interested in their own selfish interest. It is easier to deal with a wicked person than to deal with a stupid person.
Sure.
A wicked person has an interest, and you just have to buy into that interest. And that is what I think Obi needs to do.
Yeah.
There is no permanent friend and there is no permanent enemy in politics. You have to fraternize.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to stand strong.
Yeah, for Nigerian, the breakaway is too obvious because I think money is the core of the Nigerian politics.
Yeah, it is.
Because, for instance, if you look at Ghana, if you break away from a major political party to survive, it's a very difficult thing. Other than that,
How many political parties do you have?
Ghana has 2 major political parties. Then we have other small ones.
Oh, in Nigeria we have 21 political parties, registered political parties. For Nigeria, in the last election, according to INEC, the Nigerian population is about 200 million. Now there were 93 million registered voters. 93.4 million registered voters. Collected PVC, permanent voters card, was 87.2 million. Only collected PVCs, and the uncollected was 6.2 million. Now, comparing the registered voters to the total population of the country itself, that's less than half.
Wow.
More people, more youths need to get involved.
Yeah.
Whichever political party you are voting for, more Nigerians need to get involved. Don't say politics is a dirty game. Blah, blah, blah.
That's a mistake. A lot of youth in Africa. I think in France too. If you look at the population, it looks like the youth actually don't participate in politics. But for them, I think because they've provided everything for them, they need not to struggle.
They have no problem.
So on record, I think Ghana have 16 political parties, but we have 2 major. That is the National Democratic Congress and then the New Patriotic Party. But for you to leave one of these parties and say you are forming your own party, Charlie, you need a strong movement. Other than that, you will not make it.
The Nigerian political party is like one big happy family. You just move from one room to another. It's still the same family. Move from APC to PDP, it's still the same family.
Yeah.
Move from PDP to Labour Party, still the same party.
I think that's a problem. It's a problem. And it's not going to, unless Peter Obi stand on himself, decide that, okay, this election, I know I'm not winning, but I will do my best. Use it to put the structures in place.
Even if you don't
give Tinubu another 4 years, and then after Tinubu, stay at where he is.
Exactly.
Labour Party, stay there. Get the youth involved. You understand? People will do things voluntarily if they see that, look, this will benefit them in the future.
There is no guarantee that Obi is going to even get close to the number that he had last
year, because there
is no guarantee. Because everything that is going on right now, it's not.
But this one is not a record. I had a colleague who said that, Charlie, during the election, Bulong vans were coming out from Jagaban's house.
That is normal.
Charlie, for individuals too. Charlie, for you to use Bulong van.
That is house at Budilon Ikoyi.
Say Bulong vans.
The money will flow.
Hey,
more money. Money will flow.
Charlie.
People see it as an avenue to make money, and it should not be so, especially the youth.
Yeah.
Because it affects us more than it is the Nigerian dream. Which I'm not happy to say, I'm not proud to say, the Nigerian dream is to get out of Nigeria and come to Europe, go to America and things like that. It should not be like that.
I think,
because no matter where you go, you are still first of all where you come from. You are first of all African. These places, it does not matter how much you've grown. Only very few people make it to that top.
It is not going to be that easy.
You'd always, you first of all be African, you first of all be Nigerian, Ghanaian. You first of all be where you're. Don't let anyone bobo you or whatever on inclusive. There is no inclusiveness.
Nah, nothing like that. Look, sometimes I stay in this room and then I'm thinking, so is it possible I get this level? No. And you just, if you are smart, you could see it clear that actually this thing is not going to be possible.
Yeah.
Your home country is always the best place to but one thing I used to encourage myself, if you look at the political landscape of Ghana, those who really are into politics, who really got to the top, at the point in their life, they also left the country. So it means that you need to just have that. Either you go in there to hustle and learn new things and come and preach that to the people.
Yeah.
For me, I think if necessary, there are certain people who will say that, look, I don't necessarily want to be president, but the environment in which you are you changing lives?
Gets involved in
Yes, get
in your
involved.
local environment.
Get
I think
involved.
this is one of the things that I really, really admire about the Europeans, the Americans. Look at this New York mayor, Mamdani.
Yeah.
And see how you think he was running for presidency, how it is all over the social media, how much influence he has and everything like that. They get involved in their local politics. For the average African, for the average Nigerian and all, they after the presidential, the gubernatorial and the Senate, they do not understand anything again. Some people do not know their local government chairman. Some people don't even know when the local government election is being held. And the closest person to you is your local government chairman. Some local government chairman don't even live in their local government. Some live in Abuja. That is the one that's even remain in Nigeria.
So I want you to, if you are talking to the youth of Nigeria right now. Okay, before that, so in the next election, that probably next year.
Yeah, I think I saw. Hopefully, it doesn't change. According to the news I got, is the presidential and the National Assembly election is to be held on the 20th of February, 2027.
Wow.
So
that will be fast.
Yeah.
Hey.
And on the 6th of, because 2 weeks after that, on the 6th of March, the gubernatorial and state House of Assembly would also take place.
So who do you think in your who do you think will win the coming election?
I would like to see a change of administration. I would love to see Peter Obi win because it's going to represent a lot. I do not expect him to perform miracle. He's not a miracle person. He's not a saint.
Okay.
He's also going to have a lot of problem. But being able to there should not be a guarantee that once you make it into government, you automatically spend the whole 8 years.
Yeah.
Tinubu has failed us because most of the things he promised has not happened. A lot of things has gotten worse in the process, and it also represents for the youth in Nigeria. For the youth in Nigeria, that you stand a chance. You have a say. Because a lot of youth are going to vote for Peter Obi. A lot of youth are going to vote for Peter Obi. Some people might be coerced to do otherwise.
Yeah,
it happens.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
But
in every election.
For me, I hope Peter Obi wins the next election.
Charlie, so on this channel, Peter Obi has gotten 2 votes. Unfortunately, the more we talk about things like this, it will get down.
It gets into people's subconscious.
Yes, exactly. But you see, the traditional media also sometimes gets influenced, get monetized by the government. So it becomes difficult to sell. So until the people, Peter Obi is able to sell himself with an idea that the youth will take it as a wave.
And the positive is that because one of the big media houses in Nigeria are politically influenced and owned by politicians. But the social media is something we have, and they don't wait for your favorite influencer, your favorite actor and whatever to tell you what to do. Don't wait for your pastors to tell you what to do, because they are all going to act in their own interest.
Exactly.
Think about what you want. Think about yourself. Future. Think beyond the 1,000 naira or the 5,000 naira or the 20 or 50,000 naira you're going to get from the election. Think about the next 4, 8, 10, 20 years and the kind of change that, because all these people come to these places and they are not replicating what they see here. When the president needs to get medical checkup, he comes to France, he comes to Paris. He spends more time in Paris than he does in Abuja.
So why can't we get the same facilities in Nigeria?
Why they should be able to use the things they make. If you are cooking, and then you are serving me and you are not eating your own food, I will suspect you.
That one for sure.
So, and it should not be like that in the political space. The medical, the education, the security, the agriculture, everything is involved, and the decision starts with everyday Nigerians.
Yeah. So, Charlie, before we end this one, what do you have to tell yourself and colleagues in Nigeria?
Get involved in politics. Yeah. It is boring. It is not a TikTok video, but it is the decision of your life, my life. Get involved in politics.
Charlie, thanks for being here once
Thanks for having me.
Charlie, I really appreciate your time.
I really, really appreciate it.
Charlie, thanks.